Hi, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. We are excited to share more about ALP's work to support adults achieving their high school equivalency credential. Here in Alaska, that's known as the GED exam. And I know from hearing lessons being taught outside of my office that I would not be able to walk in and take that test today. It would require hours and hours of studying on my behalf. And I'm fortunate enough to have a college degree. That's how far the test has come in becoming more and more difficult for us to pass. And I would like to take this opportunity to meet with some people to share more about it. We have two people with us today, our instructors. We have Ben. Wave, Ben. And we have Artur. Yeah. And we're really excited to have them here to share more about what it means to prepare for the GED and the students that come to us to achieve this goal for themselves and their families. So Artur, could you tell us a little bit more about yourself? What were you doing before you came to ALP? What languages do you speak?
Oh, languages. Okay. Yeah. I can tell you I have been teaching in my entire life. That's my life, teaching, and I like it and I love it. Languages. I have my mother language. It's a Makwa. That's the Afrikaans language, and I learned from school Portuguese. That's my official language. Uh, I can handle a little bit Spanish and English now.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Where were you teaching before?
In Mozambique, my country.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
Ben, how about you?
Well, I certainly do not have the wealth of teaching experience that Artur brings, but I have a degree in English literature. This is my first teaching post, but I've been doing it for three years now, and I really love it. I speak also a lot fewer languages than Artur, but I've got English and un po' di Italiano under my belt. So.
Bravo.
Nice. Could both of you share just a little bit of information about the GED?
Yeah. So I'll go first, if I may. The GED consists of 4 exams. So in order to earn your general education diploma, you got to pass all 4 tests. And so I teach to the language arts exam and the social studies exam. Language arts will run, it's about 2.5 hours long. It's the longest of the 4 tests. And that tests a student's critical thinking skills, reading skills, not just what are the words on the page, but what can you do with those, with that language? How can you take that beyond, and sort of problem solve and think with new information? Social studies is really similar. It's much shorter at 70 minutes, but the content's a little more focused to United States history, United States civics and government, and then some geography and economics sprinkled in there. And then Artur teaches our other 2 exams.
Yes, teaching mathematics and science. So science takes something like 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think so.
Just we go through the basics because the exam is based on the basic stuff like the basic of science method, physical science, and health and space science, and then we're going to do some science practice. Mathematics is sense of numbers like operations, algebra, geometry. That's it, but that's it really difficult.
Yeah, I've walked by your classroom and seen what you have up on the board, and I'm like, oh no, I couldn't answer that question unless I went back to studying.
Yeah, I'll do some functions, but just basic.
It almost seems like it's like trig.
Yeah, it's a trick. And then mathematics 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's a scary exam for many students, is the math test.
There are like 50 questions, but 10 of them are really simple. Like you don't have to use calculator or everything, and it's really simple.
That's good.
Yeah.
For you.
For all of us.
Yes, with some practice.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Could you share a little bit about why people come to ALP to get their GED?
Yeah. May I start?
Yeah, it's okay, it's
yeah.
okay. I can say, okay, it's great to come up to LP to get the right orientation, like to get what you need to study and get a structure that will help you.
Good.
And one point, it's if you come with us, you don't have to pay for your exam.
Yeah, I think I want to echo that. Yeah, like I think Artur covered it. Classes at ALP offer a focused instructor that can help you, but also if you take 12 hours of study with us, then we can pay for your exams.
Yeah.
If a student were to study on their own and attempt these, they're $30 a test, which might not be a barrier for some, but is definitely not an insignificant amount of money.
Yeah, that's $120.
Yeah, to get your diploma.
And then you would have to buy materials in addition to that, wouldn't you?
Totally. And yeah, if you come to study with us, all of the material we can give you access to for free. Our classes are free for residents of Alaska. And I would add to what Artur said, it's also more fun to be in a classroom with other students who are working towards the same goals. And we have a lot of fun in our classes.
Yeah, great. And do you see that students encourage each other and hold each other accountable to really reach those goals?
Yeah, sometimes, adult education, the hard part is timing. Timing, how can I say that? Management. So if you in a class, you have a classmate, you can find your time together and help each other. So class is good, sometimes helps.
Nice, very nice. And what are some of the reasons why people need to get their GED?
Okay, I'll take this one. Well, it's hard to imagine maybe the average student at ALP because we have students from all walks of life. We have students who want to get their GED just to prove to their families, they might be a little later in life. Our oldest student was in her 70s, and she just wants to show, her grandkids, I think education's important. This is something I want to do. We have lots and lots of students seeking the GED because they, for whatever reason, didn't get a traditional high school diploma, and they want to improve their job. They want to get something that's a little easier on their body and pays a little better. We have students who want to get it because they want to pursue higher education, maybe go to college or university. So there are many reasons to seek the GED. Definitely, I know it's difficult. It's a difficult exam, but many employers require it, which. Might be a conversation for another day, whether that's right to do, but that is the sort of the fact of that's sort of the material fact right now, right? And so it's often required to get sort of a more comfortable position.
Yeah.
So what can I say about that? It's for any reason not all people they was able to finish the high school or the record time school. And then the GED is the way you can catch up the time you have been missing, and you can go and do and run back your goals. It's done. It's me. Don't stop. You have the chance to do what you were supposed to do before, and then you didn't for any reason. So that's it.
Yeah. And we don't care what those reasons are. Come.
No, that's
Yes. I have students in my classes who aren't seeking the GED. They just want higher level English instruction than they can maybe find in an EL class, right? They want, okay, I I can speak and I can read comfortably, but I want that next step, right? I want that critical thinking step in English, right? I mean, I'm sure it's something that these students are doing in the languages they grew up with, but maybe they're living here now, right? And
Yeah, absolutely.
they see it as a challenge to overcome.
Yeah, awesome. Well, what can students do to be successful?
Oh,
Great question.
That's great. And then,
Yeah,
let's see. Yeah, for what I can say about that, it's a for math and science, you need practice. Yes. So
Not just for math and science.
For
Language arts and social
yeah,
studies, we need to practice.
whatever you're going to do in this work, so you need to practice a lot, so you can feel confident and try your own. So again, time management. So you need. It's hard to combine work, family care, and studies. So before you start your class, think about that. If you don't know how to time management yourself, come and get help for that.
Yeah. And I would add too, it's not just about practice, but consistent practice.
Yeah.
I have students who want to do one or two of the homework assignments I give a quarter, and these students will be successful eventually, right? And I know that like time management is so hard. Like a lot of our students are they need to get it done in a time frame that is quick, right? Or short, or relatively, right? And so I would say any student can be successful. The only real variable is how long will it take, right? And so one thing that students have control over is how much practice they're doing, and that can really shorten the time. I say 10 minutes a day, even will make a huge difference. It's only like an extra hour a week. Maybe 10 minutes with your coffee or something in the morning. If you can build a routine, you can really you will start to see that add up over time and
really build on those skills.
yeah.
Well, and Artur brought it up that we're serving adult students here, and they're working a job, if not more than one job, often have family responsibilities, and they're really working to be careful with their time management to build in some time for education. And that has to be really inspiring as teachers to know that they're showing up for you maybe after working nights and caring for kids and all of those things. And it's probably inspiring to each other in the classroom too.
Yeah.
No, I have been sharing myself with my students, so that is easy.
Right.
Everything we do in this life is a challenge.
And I would add too, I mean, to your point, Lori, it's so funny sometimes I'll have a younger student, maybe a 17-year-old, and he wants to say, I just don't have time to do my homework. And then the single mother of 4 sitting next to him has her assignment complete. And it's like, yeah, I think there is definitely time management skills to be built for some students, but it's definitely a challenge, right? For others too. So to overcome.
Is there anything special they need to do to prepare for the test itself?
Good question. I might, let's say it's test day.
Mm-hmm.
You've been working with your instructor. They say, hey, you're ready to test. I'll send you in. Get a good night's sleep is my big one. And I've heard it can be useful to read something in the morning that's not a test. That's not a test question, so it's not the first thing you're doing in a day. Show up 15 minutes early, bring your ID, all that kind of stuff. But in terms of preparing for the test in the longer term, I think we've hit on it. Just consistent practice and work with your teachers and give it your all.
Well, I know. Oh, did you?
Yes.
Sorry.
To show 15 minutes earlier than the time helps to helps with stress, so you can control your stress. Because if you be late, so you're gonna be stressed, and then everything's gonna be difficult. So
That's confidence is really key.
Yeah.
It can make all the difference.
Well, I know we don't have much time together. I'd love to hear maybe a real challenge that you faced with a student, but also a success. So if we could.
Yeah. Do you want to take one of those?
Okay.
Artur?
Yeah, I can think about the challenge.
Sure.
That a student has overcome.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I used to have a student. We worked 3 quarters
Mhm.
and nothing worked, nothing. And then he got disappointed, and then and just to take a break.
Yeah.
He took a break, and then when he came back, and I decided to be more friendly with him, and we was together all the time. And then he did well in 1 quarter's passing exam.
Wow!
So looks like to be friendly was helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, with him.
And
So
it probably took a lot of strength for that student to come back, right?
yeah,
I think it's hard once you've already stepped away. Many of our students have been like, maybe you stepped away from high school, and then you step away from adult education, and so like every time you come back is a real challenge, and it's always very impressive. A success, if I may, before we go. I always think of I had a student who he fell into addiction at a rather sort of young age, but when he came to us at ALP, he had already sort of been through a rehab program, and he was getting his life back together, sort of a fresh start story. And he never expected to have as much fun as he did in language arts, because we were able to sort of relate reading poetry in the classroom and doing some critical thinking around language to his love of rap music and hip hop. And I encouraged him to do some writing of his own, and he had a blast, and it made learning not only more fun but more effective, because he liked, he was able to relate the sort of stuffy similes and metaphors and academic stuff to the things he was really excited about. So.
Well, you both have phenomenal energy, and you bring excitement to the school and connecting with the students at that level, making it interesting, being friendly. I can really see why your students are experiencing so much success.
Well, thank you, Lori.
Yeah. Well, we're really grateful for your heart and your dedication to the mission here. And how much more time do we have? 10 minutes? Oh, awesome. Okay.
Oh,
I thought
we
you were
were
giving
done
us
at one.
a 5-minute warning. Oh, well, thank goodness. We have more time.
That's
Good,
right, I
good.
forgot.
All right.
Jeez.
Can you share, GED isn't the only thing you help support people accomplish for their goals. What are some of the other either tests people are interested in or reasons that they're coming to you both?
Personally, I have been working with students seeking to apprenticeship, like electrician, constructions, and marine, military.
In the military exam.
Yeah, the ASVAB.
Yes.
The military
Yeah.
exam.
Yeah, and then all of them they success on the exam.
Yeah. So they're seeking to improve their math skills in order to
Yes.
become a carpenter, an electrician,
Yes.
engage with the unions, go to the military.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. We also have some students who are born outside of the United States, and they want to attend university here.
Mhm.
And many U.S. universities and colleges will require a TOEFL, which is the sort of English language.
Test of English as a foreign, what's it?
Something like that.
Yeah. We're the experts in acronyms.
Yes, exactly. I couldn't tell you what the acronym stood for, but I know it's the TOEFL. And yeah, it sort of tests a student's English capabilities, because, at the university, professors can be a little less understanding than us here, and they'll move a little quicker. So.
Yeah. And are you also seeing people who have come to the United States who brought their skills in carpentry and in construction? They're coming to see you to yeah.
Yes.
Those are critical jobs we need filled in Alaska. Yeah.
If only there weren't so many barriers to employment.
Please speak on that.
Yeah, you know, students coming to our school, like we have a lot of students who have diplomas back home, and they're having trouble getting them here, and so they have to then take a GED exam for stuff that they've already been accredited to do, and often there the barrier is just language, and I think that you know, we think about our carpenters, our bus drivers, our people who we have students coming who are accountants, trained accountants, and they can't get a job in accounting. They're working something maybe less glamorous, and because despite their high math proficiency, maybe an employer would require the GED, which I will add is not a employment, you know, it's not a job readiness test, right? It's a general education exam. So I think it's good if you want to be more generally educated. I think it's a worthy pursuit. I think education's important. I'm a teacher. Yeah. But I think that there are definitely other sort of tests out there. The work keys comes to mind, that employers could require instead of a GED exam, if they're seeking to know, you know, is the candidate going to be successful in the workplace, right? That's a different question than, often a different question than, do they know their civics and government?
Right. Well, and we have a former employee who wrote a very compelling letter to the editor, Kango, that came out, I want to say 2 months ago.
Yeah.
That really detailed some of that as well. And we've started to see some changes. We saw a big announcement from the city that they're not going to require a GED to be a people mover bus driver anymore.
Yeah, I think that's an amazing step forward. And I hope other employers and other cities around the nation sort of take note.
Right. Yeah. We've seen people who've arrived who've driven the equivalent of buses in war zones. So certainly they can,
Yeah.
they can work for our school district and our
Totally.
municipality, helping us with critical jobs here.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Do you have any other advice that you would like to share?
Oh, yes. So what I can say is, don't let the time go. First,
Yeah.
join us and get the right help you need.
That's a great.
Yeah, because if you just still thinking, could I do that? It's time going and going and going and go. So just come join us.
Yeah, it's a great point. And I would add, you know, be honest with yourself about, you know, what you have going on. You know, sometimes I have a student who wants to take online class because, well, I have to be picking up my kids at school right now. It's like, I'm sorry, that's not going to work,
Yeah.
right? We have to treat our online classes like the classroom, right? I had a student ask if he could take his boxing lesson online with language arts, and my friend, you can't. And if you couldn't take a boxing lesson here in the classroom with me, you probably can't do it online. So, you know, if you're asking yourself, is now the right time to get your GED? You know, come back to school? The answer is yes. And if you're asking yourself, could I do it at the same time as something else? The answer might be no. But, but we're willing to work with anybody and with any schedule. So we do a lot of tutoring if you can't fit into our regular classes. So.
And one point, you don't need have all answers correct to pass your GED. So think about that. And just you need to get the correct part of them, and you will see where you are.
That's right.
Well, we wouldn't want people to think that they needed to be perfect to get it done, right?
Come
as you are,
Yeah.
and then we'll work as hard as we can to get you enough answers right so that you can reach your goal. Yeah.
And we're willing to meet any student where, with what they bring to us, right? So,
And I know that to be true. I watch you all tutor one-on-one, teach your classes hybrid,
yeah.
and it's amazing. And the dedication you show to each and every one of your students is impressive. Well, I would just like to say thank you very much and let people know how they can sign up.
yeah, thank
So,
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. The way that you can sign up to be a student with us, you can make an appointment with us, and you can make that appointment online. You can call us, or you can come to our facility when we're open to set that appointment. Our phone number is 907-337-1981. And our website is www.alaskaliteracyprogram.org. And then if you go to our main page, you can see Become a Student, and you just click there. And then you can also join us at 1345 Rudikoff Circle, Suite 104. We're well known for being just south of the East Side Costco at the intersection of DeVar and Bergat behind the Credit Union 1. What a pleasure.
Excited to meet you.
Yeah. So come on, join us. It's been a pleasure to spend this time with you all and learning more. I learned more even now, even having the office outside your classrooms.
Well, thank you, Lori.
Yeah, thank you.